Okay, we can check this out.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, a few things to get through before we go through this Keldon Johnson video. Number one, I'm sorry about the washer. I know that you can hear my washer. It is super loud and it is getting on my nerves. But also, look, if you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. Please go support your boy. I know the Spurs suck, but at the very least, you can just help me out, support this channel, or become a patron or YouTube member. Only $2 per month, and all that stuff, link in the description. Okay, so let me be honest, let me be real. This is a tough season for me, like a really tough season for me. I've said this over and over again. I want the San Antonio Spurs to lose. Okay, that's actually not the problem that I have here. This is actually not the issue that I'm coming across. I'm coming across an issue in which we're not even watching the San Antonio Spurs necessarily rebuild anymore. Like, I thought that we would see quite a bit of development, but with Josh Primo doing what he did, with Blake Wesley's injury, not to mention Jeremy Sohan's injury, it's just not that fun anymore. Like, I watch Keldon Johnson, and I love what they do, okay? Keldon Johnson, really good player. Devin Vassell, really good player. But this is just me personally. Some people get mad when I say this, but I can see the ceiling there. I feel like they have a pretty clear ceiling. Even Trey Jones, who has been playing pretty well, clear ceiling there. Jakob, clear ceiling. But the guys that I really want to see, we're not seeing a ton of. Jeremy Sohan, I have no idea what his ceiling is going to be. I was having fun watching him. And then you talk about like Blake Wesley, he's not getting a ton of playing time. I mean, he's getting playing time, but it's not even, he's not getting the ball a lot. Okay, so it's just not that much fun, man. And I feel like I'm almost burnt out on Spurs, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying my best to get stuff out there and talk about stuff, but it's really hard, and it seems even more rough right now than it was in the off season to find things to kind of discuss. But with that being said, I really do appreciate everyone that sends me things, because I don't notice a lot. I'll be honest. I try my best to keep up with everything Spurs related, but right now it is dull, not a lot going on, but you guys are still sending me stuff and I appreciate it. And if you don't know how to send me anything, like, you just go on Twitter, send me a DM, or you can go to Instagram and send me a DM there. Spurs Clan on Instagram, Clan the Spurs Fan on Twitter. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this. So apparently there's something of value from this. I was told that Keldon Johnson's sit down with KSAT was actually really insightful, so I'll go into it. Most of the time when I watch things like this, it's pretty cookie cutter, but hey, we'll see what they have to say. So let's go ahead and play this thing.
The franchise, the Spurs franchise, is Keldon Johnson.
Wait, what was that?
The new face of the franchise, the Spurs franchise, is Keldon Johnson. What a remarkable young man. Has already had an Olympic gold medal and is now in the middle of his fourth season in silver and black, leading the team in scoring along with Devin Vassell. But he's also leading off the court as well, keeping his teammates loose in the midst of the rebuilding season with his engaging personality. Tonight we sit down with Keldon Johnson to find out a little bit more about the first-round draft pick, who's now the team leader. How do you feel being the face of the franchise?
It's definitely something I work hard for my whole life. A lot of people...
That is something, the face of the franchise. Oh, crap.
Ask me, like, is a lot of pressure. And for me, it's like, it's hard for me to have a lot of pressure on me when I got such great teammates. You know, so many people, like, on my team that believe in me, that trust me to do what I got to do night in, night out to get us the win. So I feel like to be the face of the franchise at 23 years old is like a dream come true. But at the same time, I know I have so much more work to get done.
Is it somewhat cool that everybody sort of is in the same boat as you are going into this season?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely cool because we all young, we all run the same age as well. So, you know, we all get along, we all got the same, we all like the same things. So as much as we bond on the court, share the ball, we bond off the court as well. It's like we all are teammates, but we all really good friends. Like, it's almost like they're my brothers. Like,
I can definitely see that. We've talked about that quite a bit already, that this team is really cohesive off the court. We were talking about that even, I don't know why it shows up like that when I pause it. But we were even talking about that in the offseason, where it was like, oh my goodness, these guys are really bonding, and more so than a lot of previous seasons. The last time I saw the Spurs bond this much was when we had Quincy Pondexter, DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, all those guys on the team. They bonded quite a bit, but now it seems like we're getting back to that, and I do enjoy that.
You know, real brothers, like we hang out outside of basketball. It's not just like a work relationship.
What do you like to do other than basketball together?
So, you know, we go out, we hang out, you know, we chill.
Is he not going to say what they do?
It just all depends. Like, I feel like on the road, like every road trip, we try to have a team dinner as soon as we touch down.
Did they take that initiative on to themselves? I don't know. The way that he phrased that is that the team is doing that, and I thought that was just like kind of a typical rule, but I don't know. That's the culture right there. That's beautiful.
I'm trying to have a team dinner, or just different things, like whatever people like. You know, we real vocal.
What do you like doing in town?
Everything. I like to go hunting, fishing. I enjoy it, you know. Just the vibes of San Antonio. I feel like it's such a great place, and like I feel like every part of San Antonio is different. So you can get so many different vibes in one city.
If you go fishing, where do you go?
It all depends, honestly. Like I like to go down to the coast, like the Rockport, Port A, and fish down there.
What do you think of the Fiesta colors?
I mean, check it out. I mean, it look great. I love it. I like the.
By the way, I actually do. Oh my God, I can't even. I can't pause it. I can't pause it. Okay, but anyways, I really do like the design. It took a minute to kind of grow on me. With the initial Blake Wesley leak, I didn't think it looked that great, but now, second look, especially when they're actually on the court and how the court was looking, it went beautifully with it, man. It really blended in well. And guys, can you correct me if I'm wrong? This is the last Fiesta jersey? Is that right? I could be wrong, but I heard a rumor that this is the last Fiesta jersey that they'll be doing, which is really, really disappointing if that's true. So tell me if that's true or not.
Look, I feel like it's real colorful, and I'm a real colorful person. I'm an expressive person, so this is like right up my alley.
It looks really good.
I feel like that. I like how they took like the All-Star game theme and kind of spin it and made it our own. I love the colors. I feel like we got something special coming for warm-ups as well. But I feel like this is great,
Hey.
and I mean I wish that the older guys that got to experience this.
You know, you'd rather shoot it from the corner, right? From the deep corner,
heck?
in between 10-footer type things. Take a.
What kind of transition was that? What was that?
You'd rather.
I mean, I wish that the older guys that got to experience this.
You know, you'd rather shoot it from the corner, right?
Oh, dude, that is surreal. What the heck?
From the deep corner, in between 10-footer type things. Take a lot of touch.
And the rest is history.
So
the
you
heck are we
weren't
doing?
around, obviously, when they had their first championship, and they just released they're calling it the docu-series. But is it kind of cool to know that there's so much history involved in this franchise?
It's definitely. I feel like this franchise is so legendary. I feel like having Pop, RC, all those great guys around. I feel like that it's almost, you give you a sense of like you set to a high standard, you know, and not necessarily saying we achieve that standard in 1 year, but we know what our standard is, and we definitely hold ourselves to that standard and want to be just as good as those guys.
You know, that's the great thing about having a franchise that witnessed a dynasty. Like most, I could be wrong. If you guys say I'm wrong and you bring up an example and I'm like, okay, I didn't think about that, please do. But for the most part, at least from what I've seen, every NBA team that has a dynasty, it has a rich history to the point where it seems like the franchise is always trying to reach back to those championships. Not necessarily the franchise that win one championship and move on or whatever, like one and done, but it seems like the franchises that had a dynasty at some period of time, it lasts forever. Like you're always trying to strive that. Like I think about the Boston Celtics, right? I think about I think this is gonna happen with the Golden State Warriors, but I think about the Lakers. Shoot, even the Bulls, who had a dynasty in the 90s. While the Bulls have not been the best, I mean, let's just be honest, they have not been the best. They're continuously trying to get a really good group of guys together to make it happen. And I feel like they do typically have pretty good squads. But yeah, it's just kind of nice to see. And I know that the San Antonio Spurs, as much trash that we're gonna be thrown as fans, as time goes on, we're going to be able to see a team go back to those glory days, or at the very least know that that history is there. Look up at those banners and try your best to grab that again. So that's just really good. It seems like we already have the blueprint on how to do it, and now it's just a matter of constructing a team and constructing the right coaches in which we can do it again. So I don't know. I just think that that's some type of optimism from this season that is just not been good. It has just not been a good season. I want the L's, but this is not a fun season, not for me. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. By the way, I apologize for not having a lot over here right now. I moved the camera again because you guys said that you didn't like the other one that I had, so I moved it again. I'm gonna eventually have more on the walls. I moved, but it looks like the exact same setup, so it's like, what the heck, what was the point? But I'm gonna set it up. Actually, this is, you can end the video, by the way, if you want. Just want to point this out. This right here, this bad boy, it actually fell down. Okay, this is actually signed from Christopher Sabat. I don't know if you can see, but that's Vegeta, right? Christopher Sabat, the voice of Vegeta. And I had it on the wall, and it just tore down, man. So I'm gonna have to repaint the wall. It kind of sucks. Kind of weird, but yeah, I was just saying that just to let you know I am gonna have the aesthetics gonna be a little bit better as time goes on. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, as always, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description, or become a patron or YouTube member. Only $2 per month. I'll give it to you guys later, man. Until next time.